What's the most sought after thing by most YouTubers? The #1 ranking position. Now you can't always get to #1, but your chances of racking up thousands or even millions of views increase dramatically if you can appear in the top 10 results. And it can be easier than you think, so long as you don't expect to be the next Gangnam Style. In this video I'll show you the top 10 ways that you can get your videos to rank in YouTube. Like it or not, but YouTube is the place to be if you want exposure through video. It's the second biggest search engine on the net and the third busiest internet site, with over 1 billion unique viewers per month and over 6 billion hours of video watched per month. YouTube is owned by Google and the two search engines talk to each other, so getting a good ranking in YouTube can also help get a good ranking in Google. To be successful on YouTube can sometimes require as little as a few thousand subscribers. If you're promoting yourself as a tutor, a coach, selling memberships or digital downloads or training programs, or if you make or sell real physical products, using YouTube as your showcase can give you access to a huge number of potential customers. And this brings us on to the first of our 10 ways to rank on YouTube. Who are you making videos for? Is it a mass market or a very niche one? It's much easier to rank highly for a niche market than a mass market. Say for example you want to make videos about cooking. If you were to try and chase the top ranking term of cooking, it could be really difficult, but if you were to try and rank for the term, say, cooking with chickens and mushrooms, it will be much easier, and it will be much more in tune with the people who are looking for chicken and mushroom recipes. However, this could be a bit of a slow process. If you're making, say, a video a week, it could easily take you a year or more before you have a few thousand subscribers. But there are quicker ways to get those bigger viewing figures and more exposure if you're prepared to flash the cash. If you have the money, you can always buy your way to the top. Now there are two ways to do this, the YouTube way and the other way. The YouTube way is to use their advertising program, where you can pay to get your videos on the top of the search results. Much like you can with AdWords in Google. Your paid videos will appear right at the top where the search results are, but they will be tagged with a little ad box so the viewer knows that they are viewing a paid video. Doing it the YouTube way won't hurt your normal search results or get your video banned or even your channel taken down. But it's not cheap, and we all know that Google makes billions out of this method. Then there is the other way. There are numerous companies and individuals running services which basically pay other people, usually in the developing world, a pittance to watch your videos, to like them, subscribe and even share them. The cost of these can be very tempting, as you can get thousands of views for literally a few tens of dollars. But beware the systems behind YouTube. They are sophisticated and are using a lot of the anti-spamming SEO techniques that Google uses. So what goes up quickly, like rankings, can come down equally fast if you trip up the YouTube anti-spam algorithms. Basically, it's a case of buyer beware. You could lose a lot more than a few $100s if it all goes pear-shaped. Every time you upload a video, you have the option to fill in your tags. Tags are one of the ways that you can let YouTube know what your video is about, and they are also used to show similar suggested videos on the right hand side when your video is played on a YouTube page, and also in the player after the video has finished. You want to make sure you use descriptive phrases in your tags that relate closely to what your video is about. In our cooking example, which would be cooking with chicken and mushrooms, you wouldn't bother with single words per tag, like cooking with chicken and mushrooms. Instead, make it cooking with chicken and mushrooms all as one tag. Don't use words that are not related to your video content because they just won't count. You also want to leave out the connective words like and, the and it, for example, as they will just waste tags. Remember, you only have 500 characters available in total, so make them count. YouTube is using a method called social proof more and more these days to help in the rankings. YouTube's goal is to make sure that the really good videos that people like rise up the rankings and the bad ones go down. Now, a very good way to do this is to see how many people are prepared to recommend a video by sharing it with their friends, colleagues, relations, peers, etc. It's very unlikely that you would want to recommend something that you don't like. It's also a bit harder to fix or spam like you can with keywords, although as we've seen earlier, some people are being paid to share videos, so nothing is really foolproof these days. The usual suspects like Facebook, Pinterest and Twitter are good ways to share, but Google+, because of its internal links with YouTube, is probably the one with the biggest clout on a share per share basis to affect rankings. When you share a video, it can be seen as a recommendation and therefore a good thing. But also the length of time that someone watches a video can tell YouTube if it's a worthy candidate for rising up the rankings. YouTube calls this audience retention, and you can see how well your videos are doing by looking in the YouTube analytics section. Basically, you want people to watch the videos for as long as possible, ideally right to the end. If a lot of people bail out after just a few seconds, this would tell YouTube that it's either not a very good video or it's not what it purports to be, and could be using spamming techniques to try and get viewers to watch, and this would push it down in the rankings. A simple technique to get people to watch for longer is to use teasers. Tell them at the beginning of a video that there is something they need to know or may be interested in that will be coming up later. Of course, if you make interesting, informative and entertaining videos in the first place, then people will watch for a lot longer, and this won't be an issue anyway. Be careful what you say. YouTube is listening. Yep, Big Brother, or should I say Big Business Google, now automatically transcribes the audio track of your video when you upload it. Now, depending on whether you have a lot of background noise or music, it can sometimes do a pretty good job of working out what you're saying and turning this into a written transcription. YouTube can then display the transcript as closed captions when you click on the CC button in the player. This transcribed text was initially designed for disabled access, the hard of hearing, or when you can't have the volume up. However, it can have another use for working out what you're saying and using the keywords in the transcript for ranking purposes. Whilst the transcriptions can be quite accurate, if you speak quickly or have a strong accent, it can leave a lot to be desired. However, you can edit the transcription text when you're in the video edit mode of YouTube and you click on the captions link at the top. It's definitely in your best interest to make sure you go through and correct any mistakes, because A, it'll make you look much better and show you care, and B, you want to make sure that all those lovely keywords are all present and correct in the transcript. Tests have been done to prove that YouTube does use the transcript for video SEO ranking. They did this by putting specific nonsense phrases into the transcript only, and then searching for them in the YouTube search. And yes, the videos with those phrases did come up in the results, even though those test phrases were not mentioned anywhere else in the title, tags, or description. Whenever you're searching on YouTube, or if you look down the right hand side when a video is playing, you will see a selection of still images. These are the thumbnails which represent the videos. Now, the thumbnail can be one of three, and they are selected at random from the video footage automatically when you upload your video. Normally you can just select one of these three to be your thumbnail. However, if you verify your account, normally by enabling videos of over 15 minutes in length, then in the edit section you will be able to upload a custom thumbnail. This is your chance to really stand out with your thumbnail image. Look at these two examples. Which one would you be attracted to amongst the sea of video stills? You can put in text, bright colours, in fact almost anything you like within reason. But you do have to be careful and representative of the video's contents. If you put something like scantily clad ladies in your thumbnails in order to attract attention, then unless you have a video about half-naked ladies, then it's likely that you're not only going to get a lot more thumbs downs, but also your audience retention figures will be a lot poorer, because the viewers will bail out quickly when they realise that the thumbnail does not represent the video, and you will have a lot of upset viewers. You may well have noticed that when you're watching videos on YouTube, that the thumbnails on the right hand side sometimes contain mostly just one person's videos. Sometimes it can be all their videos on the right. Now the trick to making this happen is to use your tags. But this time what you want to do is to put a unique phrase into one of the tags on every one of your videos. An ideal phrase to use will be maybe your channel name or your web address. When one of your videos is played, the other videos that contain this unique phrase will also be shown as a related video. This will then show many more of your videos on the right or at the end when the viewer can potentially select more. Now this can be taken one stage further by including the channel name of people who make similar videos to yours but have a lot more subscribers. This can then get your video to show on their related video list, and as they get a lot more viewers, this can help you to tap into some of their large subscriber base. Just like optimizing a web page for Google, the title and description of your YouTube video have a major effect on your rankings. You want to make sure that the title contains the keywords that you want to rank for. In our previous cooking example, that you wanted to get to the #1 slot for, say, cooking with chicken and mushrooms, then that would be the beginning of the title you should use. Then use the same phrase in the description, in your tags, and in the captions. You can use variations of this, like how to cook chicken and mushrooms in a pie, because you still have the main keywords in there. Make sure that the description is as long as possible and include all your keywords in it, but don't spam the description, because YouTube will pick this up and will push you down the rankings rather than further up. If you don't know which keywords to use, you can try the YouTube keyword tool. All you need to do is to type in the keyword or phrase into the keyword tool, and it will show you the typical monthly search volume for that phrase or keyword. It will also show you related keywords and phrases which you can use in your titles, descriptions, tags, and captions. YouTube systems are highly sophisticated, and like Google, they change all the time. Although some of these top 10 ways to rank on YouTube will have a bigger impact on the rankings than others, when they are combined, the effect will be the greatest. However, probably the most powerful way to get to the #1 ranking slot is through the likes, shares, and subscribes. Now, allowing your videos to just play and hoping that people will like or share is fine, but if you really want those likes, shares, and subscribes, then there is no better or simpler way than just to ask for them. It's a proven fact that people will often do nothing when watching the videos and then just click away onto another video at the end. But if you ask them to like, share, and subscribe, then a reasonable number of people will do just that. The best time to ask is probably near the end of a video, because if they've made it that far, then they probably like what they see and they're far more likely to respond to your request. A channel which has a lot of subscribers will add weight to the videos you produce and help them rise to the top, so make sure that you ask for those subscriptions too. And that rounds off my list of the top 10 ways to rank on YouTube. So if you've liked the video or found it useful, then yes, you've guessed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, the more videos you make, the more chance you have of being seen and the more chances you have of hitting those top ranking slots on YouTube. So what are you waiting for? Go and make some more videos. Anyway, my name's Paul Shalito, and this has been a Video Alchemy production. And don't forget to hop on over to video-alchemy.com, where you can join our free newsletter. So until the next time, see you later. Bye.